All men must watch this video. She's already into you if she does these 8 things. Old Stoic Wisdom. Love is not about possession. Love is about appreciation. Osho. Have you ever found yourself uncertain about whether a woman is genuinely interested in you? It's a common struggle, especially when emotions cloud your judgment. Understanding the subtle signals can seem elusive. However, what if the answers you're seeking have already been discovered centuries ago? The wisdom of Stoic philosophy, with its focus on rational thinking and understanding human behavior, offers valuable insights into recognizing these signs. In this video, we'll explore 6 unmistakable signs that she's already into you, anchored in timeless Stoic wisdom. Stay tuned as we unravel how these ancient teachings can empower you with the confidence and clarity you need in navigating today's relationships. Sign 1. The deep listening. There's a powerful, often overlooked indicator of attraction that many men fail to recognize. It's when she listens to you, truly listens, not just in passing or out of politeness, but with full, undivided attention. She will remember small details from your previous conversations, things you might think she's forgotten, and bring them up without you having to remind her. If she references your passions, your thoughts, or your concerns in an insightful way, it's a clear sign that she values not only what you say, but also you as an individual. This level of attentiveness isn't just surface level. It signals a deep emotional investment. When a woman listens this way, it's a reflection of her desire to understand you on a deeper, more personal level. In the Old Stoic teachings, we are reminded that true wisdom comes not just from speaking, but from listening. The great Stoic philosophers understood that the ability to listen deeply is essential for forming strong, meaningful relationships. This is not about simply nodding along or offering empty responses. No, deep listening is about engaging with the essence of the words, reflecting on them, and responding with thoughtfulness. In this way, she isn't just showing interest, she's actively creating a bond with you, a bond built on genuine emotional connection. It's not just the exchange of words, but the understanding between them that matters most. If she's genuinely listening to you, you'll notice it in the way she recalls specific conversations and uses that information to ask insightful follow-up questions. She's making an effort to understand who you are and what drives you. This is far from being a casual exchange. It's a dance of sorts, where both parties are engaged emotionally, intellectually, and even spiritually. A deep listener doesn't simply hear. She processes, retains, and then returns that information in a way that strengthens the connection. Think about this. In today's world, when distractions are constant, phones, emails, social media, true attention is a rare commodity. And yet, when a woman gives you her full focus, when she listens to you with intention, it's a powerful sign that she sees you as more than just a passing figure in her life. She's showing you that she values your thoughts, opinions, and feelings. She is emotionally invested in the dynamic that you share. These signs are not random. They are clear signals that she's genuinely into you. They're not about playing games or trying to win your affection. They're about real, authentic connection. So take notice. Pay attention to how she listens to you. Do not overlook the power of deep listening. The path of wisdom, both in the teachings of the Stoics and in life itself, shows us that meaningful relationships are founded on understanding. The more you engage with her, the more she'll open up to you, and the deeper your connection will grow. Don't let these signals pass unnoticed. They are your roadmap, guiding you toward a relationship built on genuine emotional intimacy. Remember the old Stoic rule: stay present. When you're fully engaged in the moment and attuned to her signals, you can recognize these signs for what they truly are, proof that she's already into you and that you're on the right path to building something real. Sign 2. The shared future talk. When a woman begins discussing a future that includes you, it's one of the clearest signs that she's genuinely interested. Whether it's talking about a trip she hopes to take with you, or casually mentioning future activities she wants to experience together, her words reveal a deeper level of consideration. This isn't just idle conversation. This is her way of subconsciously incorporating you into her long-term plans. She sees you in the future. She's not simply enjoying the present with you, she's actively imagining what life could look like with you by her side. And that's a powerful signal. As the Stoics believed, an iron mind isn't swayed by temporary distractions, and this long-term thinking is a sign of someone with clarity and intention, as opposed to those who live only in the moment. Why does this matter? It matters because it shows she's not just focused on the here and now. She's giving you a glimpse into her future, and when a woman does this, she's indicating that she sees you as a significant part of that future. It's a subtle but clear indication that she feels comfortable enough with you to discuss plans that extend beyond the present. She's letting you in, opening the door to a bigger picture. The principles of Stoic wisdom teach us that clarity and patience are essential in every part of life. And when someone brings up the future, it means they are serious, not just entertained by the momentary. What should you do if this happens? Take note and recognize it for what it is: a commitment to the future, not just a passing infatuation. You should view it as an opportunity to connect on a deeper level. The Stoics advise us to think not only about the present, but about our actions' long-term consequences. It's not enough to simply exist in the moment. We must be constantly preparing for the future. Her talking about a future with you is a step forward in that direction. This is no light-hearted chit-chat. It's a deliberate conversation that speaks volumes. You must understand the weight of what she's doing here. It's like a soldier sharpening his sword in preparation for the battle ahead. She's letting you know that she values you beyond today, beyond tomorrow. If you're smart, you'll recognize that the way to nurture this interest is to be steady and grounded in your own life, like an iron mind that holds firm against the winds of uncertainty. Do not falter in your approach to life and to her. Show her that you too envision a shared future. When you approach life and relationships with the same fortitude and clarity, you attract others who are equally strong in their commitments. And finally, don't mistake this for a casual moment. This is a turning point in the relationship. When she starts talking about the future, she's actively imagining you as a part of it. Don't take this lightly. She's not playing games. She's making you a part of her bigger picture. And if you're wise, you will make yourself worthy of that place. A woman's words about the future should not be ignored. They are a mirror of her intentions. Be the man who lives by Stoic principles and shows that he is ready to build that future alongside her. Sign 3. The mirror effect. Let's move on to the 5th sign, the mirror effect. This one is fascinating because it's completely subconscious, yet it speaks volumes about how she feels about you. The mirror effect, also known as mirroring, is one of the most powerful and subtle indicators that she is genuinely attracted to you. It might seem like a small, even accidental occurrence when she mimics your posture, gestures, or tone of voice, but don't mistake this for coincidence. It is the subconscious act of alignment, a deep, natural instinct that shows she feels a connection with you. Think of it as her way of saying, "I'm on your wavelength, I'm in sync with you." This behavior is rooted in psychological principles like synchrony, which demonstrate that our minds are wired to seek emotional connection with others. As you become more attuned to this sign, you'll recognize how the smallest changes in her body language, a slight shift in posture, a mirroring smile, or a tone of voice that mirrors yours, reveal her true feelings. The mirror effect builds rapport and trust. As two people connect emotionally, their behaviors start to align, becoming a seamless dance of gestures and speech patterns. Her subtle mimicry is not just a signal that she's paying attention, it's a signal that she's drawn to you, comfortable around you, and seeking deeper emotional synchronization. But be aware, not all mirroring is the same. If she copies you effortlessly, the attraction is real. However, if her behavior feels forced or exaggerated, it may not carry the same weight. Trust your instincts to assess whether the mirroring is natural or overdone. And here's where your own actions can shape the dynamic. Reciprocate. By mirroring her behavior back, subtly of course, you can strengthen this bond. Just don't take it too far. Excessive copying can break the harmony and create discomfort. This is where the iron mind of Stoic principles comes into play, understanding the subtle balance between action and restraint. Recognize these signals and use them to gauge where you stand in her eyes, but be careful not to overanalyze. Stoic wisdom teaches us to be aware of our surroundings and how others react to us without overreacting. Attraction is often communicated through the smallest, most subconscious cues, and these signs, like the mirror effect, are essential to understanding how someone feels about you. Next time you notice her mirroring your behavior, take it as a sign that she's invested emotionally. It's a natural human instinct that strengthens the bond between two people, a sign you shouldn't ignore. Pay attention, and you'll find that she's been dropping these subtle, powerful signals all along. Don't let them pass you by. Sign 4. The curiosity factor. Let me tell you something. When a woman shows genuine curiosity about you, it's not just polite chit-chat. No, it's a clear signal, one that you cannot afford to ignore. In this game of attraction, when she's digging deeper, asking you about your life, your dreams, your passions, she's revealing her interest in you. She's not asking about your favorite food for the sake of filling the silence. She's evaluating the potential of something real. Do not mistake this for small talk. She's not interested in the surface-level nonsense. She's getting to the heart of who you are, testing if you're someone she can invest in, someone who aligns with her future. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Curiosity is not about asking endless questions, it's about understanding your depth. When a woman asks you about your childhood, your goals, your passions, or the stories that shaped who you are, recognize it for what it is, an emotional investment. She's trying to figure out if there's something long-term here. This is no trivial matter. She's looking beyond the surface, beyond the external layers of who you seem to be. She's assessing if the man she's speaking to is worthy of her time, her energy, her emotions. Her curiosity is a powerful tool in the dance of attraction, and you would be wise to pay attention to it. This is more than just asking questions. This is self-disclosure theory in action. According to this psychological principle, when two people exchange personal information, it creates a bond of trust and intimacy. Every time she asks you a question about your dreams or your experiences, it's her way of inviting you into her personal space, a space that's reserved for people she considers valuable. When you answer those questions honestly, you are, in turn, strengthening the connection, solidifying that bond. This exchange deepens the relationship and draws you both close together. Don't underestimate the power of these moments. They are far from incidental. Here's the trick, though. Curiosity isn't just about the questions themselves. It's about the depth of those questions. Is she asking questions with genuine interest? Or is she just filling time? Pay attention to her follow-up questions. Does she engage with your answers? Does she listen intently? These are the signs of someone who is truly invested. If her questions are deep, layered, and provoke thoughtful responses, then understand this. She's giving you a signal. She's not just curious. She's actively trying to figure out if you're the one. And here's where most men mess up. They get so wrapped up in their own heads, they forget that the curiosity goes both ways. She's opening the door for you. Why not walk through it? Reciprocity is key. Ask her questions. Probe her passions, her goals, her history. When you show curiosity about her in return, it balances the dynamic and ensures the conversation flows naturally, without the awkwardness of an interrogation. This back and forth is the foundation of a healthy connection. You both learn, you both grow, and you both develop a sense of mutual respect and admiration. So next time she's asking you personal questions, don't brush it off. Recognize it for the powerful signal that it is. She's telling you, without saying a word, I want to know you because I see potential here. I see something worth investing in. Don't ignore that. It's a sign of her emotional investment, and it's one that should make you feel powerful. You're not just talking, you're building a connection, creating something real. And in the words of Epictetus, It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. React wisely. Stay present. Be the man who recognizes the signs and seizes the opportunity. If you've made it this far, you're on the verge of understanding the true signals of attraction. Don't let the chance slip by. When a woman shows genuine curiosity about you, it's a clear sign of emotional investment. Recognize it and step up. Comment below. I'm ready to build something real. Sign 5. The Playful Tease. Let me tell you something. If you're paying attention, you'll recognize this sign, the playful tease. It's subtle, but it's one of the clearest signs she's already into you. When a woman starts joking around with you, poking fun at you, or giving you a hard time, don't mistake it for just harmless banter. There's a deeper meaning at play. She's testing you, testing your confidence. She wants to see how you'll react. And let me tell you, how you react says more than you realize. Will you laugh it off? Will you throw the joke back at her? Or will you retreat into your shell, getting defensive or uncomfortable? Make no mistake, how you handle the tease is a direct reflection of who you are. And that is exactly what she's observing. Now, don't overthink it. Playful teasing is her form of flirting. She's creating a space where the two of you can engage without pressure. It's a game, a light-hearted one, meant to test the waters, to see if you have what it takes to keep the energy flowing. And you know what? She's right to do this. In the world of Epictetus and Stoicism, we learn that relationships, like life itself, require confidence. A man who knows how to laugh at himself, who can engage in playful banter without taking himself too seriously, shows strength. It's a test of your social prowess. If you pass it, she'll begin to see you as someone who can hang with her energy. This teasing isn't just about fun. It's about connection. She's lowering her guard, revealing a playful side that she only shows to someone she feels comfortable with. It's like saying, I trust you enough to be myself, to let go of my serious side, and I want to have fun with you. In the wise words of Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you respond with ease, with humour, you're showcasing that you don't just let the small things throw you off. You're unshakable. You're someone she can build a rapport with. But let's be clear here. Not all teasing is created equal. If her teasing feels fun and light, it's a good sign. But if she's being critical or mean-spirited, that's a different story. That's not playful. It's an attack. Pay attention to the details. Is she smiling? Is she laughing? These are your cues that she's testing, not attacking. She's giving you permission to engage in this playful banter because she enjoys your company. But if the tone shifts, if the teasing feels like it crosses a line, understand that it might signal something else entirely. You need to be sharp. This is where the wisdom of Epictetus comes into play. He taught us that it's not the actions of others, but our responses that define our world. Stay calm, stay grounded. Reciprocity is key here. If she teases you, throw it back her way, but with respect, with charm. Don't overdo it, but do engage. Remember, playful teasing is a dance, and in this dance, you both need to be in sync. Keep it light, keep it fun. It's a powerful bonding tool. Don't be afraid to push the envelope a little bit, but always be mindful of her boundaries. It's all about balance. Here's what you need to understand. When a woman teases you like this, it's not just idle chatter. It's a message. She's telling you, I enjoy being with you. I want to see if you can keep up with my vibe, and I'm willing to let my guard down to see what you've got. That's a signal you cannot afford to miss. And if you're smart, you'll use it to build a deeper connection. You'll understand that attraction doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. It often whispers through the smallest gestures, the simplest moments, like playful teasing. Don't be blind to the small signs, my friend. When you recognize and respond with confidence, when you hold onto your sense of humor and don't buckle under pressure, you're showing that you're the kind of man who is worth her time. And that's what makes the difference. In the world of Stoicism, strength lies in self-mastery. That's exactly what this playful exchange is about. The more you embrace it, the more you'll see how attraction builds in the most unexpected ways. Keep your head in the game. Recognize the signs. Respond with the calm confidence of someone who understands how the world works, someone who understands that stoicism and connection go hand in hand. And always remember, she's testing you, but you're in control. Sign 6. The subtle touch. Let's dive into the 2 sign, the subtle touch. This is a powerful signal of attraction, as it directly breaks the physical barrier between 2 people. Think about those moments when she brushes your arm, nudges you lightly, or somehow finds an excuse to touch your hand. It may seem like a trivial gesture, but in reality, it's a profound expression of her interest. The touch is one of the most primal ways to communicate connection and attraction, an instinctive bodily signal that transcends words. Let me explain this. Touch is the most primal form of communication between humans, one that bypasses the mind and goes straight to the body. When a woman is attracted to you, she'll instinctively find these small, yet significant ways to make physical contact with you. It's her way of testing the waters, gauging your response, and seeing if you are receptive to her advances. When she touches you, she's looking for feedback. Do you recoil or lean in? Do you reciprocate with your own touch? Your reaction speaks volumes about your level of comfort, your interest, and your readiness to move beyond casual interaction. Now, why is this so important? Because touch creates an undeniable sense of intimacy and connection. With every subtle touch, whether it's a light brush of the hand or a playful nudge, she's signaling, I'm comfortable with you, I trust you, I want something deeper. This is a clear indicator that she's interested in building a connection with you, a bond that goes beyond surface-level interaction. And this is not just a mental calculation, it's something more primal. When she touches you, it's her body's way of reacting to the chemistry she feels. It's not just the mind at work, it's also her oxytocin, the bonding hormone at play, enhancing the emotional connection. But let's dive deeper into the psychology here. The touch releases oxytocin, the same hormone that helps mothers bond with their babies and makes partners feel closer to each other. So every time she touches you, it's not just her trying to get closer, it's her body responding to the natural pull of chemistry and attraction. This is not just a casual gesture, it's a biological cue that she's creating a bond with you in that moment. And understand this, not all touches are the same. There's a subtle difference between a casual, friendly touch and one that carries genuine intent. When her touch feels light, easy, and natural, it's a good sign she's into you. However, if it feels stiff or uncomfortable, it may simply be a polite gesture without any deeper meaning. It's important to observe the full context and her body language. Is she smiling? Leaning in? These are small yet important signs that give you a better understanding of her level of interest. Her body language is constantly speaking to you, and by paying attention to these cues, you will better interpret what's going on beneath the surface. And let's not overlook the power of reciprocity. If she touches you, you don't have to hesitate. Respond in kind. A playful nudge or a light touch on her arm in return will reinforce the connection. But remember, respect the boundaries. Keep it light, keep it casual, and most importantly, make sure it feels natural. A touch that feels forced or invasive will only create discomfort, so avoid anything that could be misinterpreted. So the next time she touches your arm or your hand, don't let it slide by as a harmless, friendly gesture. Recognize it for what it is, a clear sign that she feels comfortable with you and is signaling a desire for deeper intimacy. She's testing the waters, and if you respond well, you could find yourself moving toward a much stronger connection. This is where the Old Stoic Wisdom comes into play, understanding the subtle signs and knowing how to navigate them with confidence and self-awareness. The Stoic rules of connection are not about waiting for big, overt gestures. They're about observing the small, subtle ways in which people communicate their true intentions. Pay attention, stay aware, and don't miss out on the moments that might just lead to something deeper. Attraction is often communicated in the smallest, most subtle ways. As you learn to pay attention to these signals, you'll realize that these opportunities are everywhere. Stay sharp, stay present, and you might discover that the woman you've been interested in has been sending you these signals all along. Remember, The old paths of wisdom often teach us that the most powerful signs are the ones we least expect. Trust your instincts, observe the small things, and move forward with confidence. If you're picking up on subtle touches, it's time to recognize them for what they are, a sign that she's into you. So, here's the call to action. If you've noticed these signs in your own life, drop a comment right now saying, "I recognize the power of subtle connection." Sign 7. The protective behavior. Don't overlook the simple acts of care and attention she gives you, because they are powerful indicators of deeper feelings. When a woman starts showing protective or nurturing behaviors, like asking if you've eaten, checking if you're feeling okay, or noticing when you're stressed or upset, it's not just small talk. These gestures may appear simple, but they reveal that she's emotionally invested in your well-being. Women have a natural nurturing instinct, and when they care about you, they protect you, whether that's reminding you to take care of yourself, worrying if you're out too late, or keeping track of how you're feeling. This behavior is rooted in attachment theory, which tells us that humans have an instinct to protect those they care about. It's her subconscious way of saying, "I care about you, your happiness, and your health." It's not just a passing moment, it's an invitation to create emotional intimacy, a bond that is essential for building something long-lasting. In the world of Old Stoic wisdom, we understand that emotional bonds are built on trust, care, and understanding. Recognize that when she shows these signs, she's investing in you and the relationship. When you show appreciation for her care, acknowledging her protective behavior in a genuine way, it only strengthens the emotional connection, making it stronger and more meaningful. This is where Stoic principles come into play. Acknowledge the actions of those around you with clarity and intention. Don't dismiss the small gestures. They're often the most significant, and they speak volumes about the level of emotional investment. In real life, it's easy to take these things for granted, but if you want to build a lasting connection, you must pay attention. Recognize the subtle signs of affection and care. A woman's protective behavior is an expression of her feelings. It's her way of showing she's emotionally tied to you, and you must respect that with the strength of an iron mind. So, don't ignore the small things. Be aware and return her care with the same respect and attention. This is how deep bonds are forged. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. Sign 8. The lingering eye contact. Now, let's dive into the first sign, the lingering eye contact. This one is subtle, but it's one of the most powerful indicators of attraction. You know that moment when your eyes meet, and she doesn't look away immediately, holding your gaze just a little longer than most. That's no accident. It's intentional, a silent but powerful signal she's sending without a word. This is the very essence of Old Stoic wisdom. Actions speak louder than words. Eye contact, especially when it lingers, is one of the most primal forms of human connection. When someone is attracted to you, their instinct is to lock eyes and maintain that connection, even if it's just for a few extra seconds. It's like a wordless conversation unfolding in that fleeting moment. And if her expression softens, or if she smiles while holding your gaze, it's a clear sign that she's interested. Now, understand this. Eye contact isn't just about attraction. It's about intimacy. When she holds your gaze, she's not just looking at you. She's inviting you into her world, even if it's only for a brief moment. It's a subtle invitation, testing how you respond. Do you hold her gaze too? Do you smile back? These moments are opportunities for a deeper connection, and how you react can speak volumes. This is where the Stoic principles of self-control and awareness come into play. You must be aware of the subtle cues and respond accordingly, without hesitation or overthinking. Remember, you're not just reacting to what you see, but to what you feel. This is how iron mind works, keeping emotions in check while reading the situation. The psychology behind eye contact is fascinating. Research shows that when eye contact is prolonged, it releases oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone. This is the same hormone that makes mothers bond with their children, the same one that builds emotional connections between partners. So, when she locks eyes with you, it's not just her mind that's engaged, it's her body chemistry too. She's experiencing a deeper connection to you in that moment. It's not just about attraction, it's about bonding. And in that fleeting second, she is inviting you into that moment of connection. This is where the true power of Stoic wisdom comes in, recognizing the subtle signals and not rushing to judge them, but rather appreciating their deeper meaning. However, not all eye contact is the same. You have to be careful. If her gaze feels intense, or maybe uncomfortable, it might be curiosity, or something else entirely. That's not about attraction. It's crucial to pay attention to the context. Does she lean in when you're talking? Is she smiling? These body language cues give you more than just a clue. They give you the entire context of her emotions. If she's showing warmth, trust that it's a sign of interest. This is where the ability to remain calm and composed, as the Stoics taught, becomes essential. Observe the small details and stay present in the moment, not reacting out of impulse, but responding with measured awareness. This is how you make sense of the world around you and interpret people's actions accurately. And remember, reciprocity is key. If you notice her holding your gaze, don't be the one to look away first. Hold her gaze just a little longer. Let her know, without saying a word, that you're just as interested. A simple smile, a slight nod. These actions matter more than you think. It's a silent agreement, a confirmation that you're both engaged in the moment, and that subtle bond strengthens with every shared look. This is where you channel the power of your iron mind, controlling your instincts, showing confidence and composure. So the next time you're talking to her, and you notice that she holds your gaze longer than usual, don't dismiss it. Don't shy away from the moment. Recognize it for what it truly is, a powerful and subtle sign that she's into you. It's her way of saying, I see you, and I like what I see. This is not a signal to be missed. It's the kind of subtle attraction that, if recognized and acted upon with the wisdom of the Stoics, can lead to deeper connections. Attraction often comes in the smallest moments: eye contact, a lingering glance, a shared smile. Keep your eyes open and watch for these signs. They're all around you, waiting to be discovered. So there you have it, 8 subtle signs that she's into you. From the lingering eye contact to the playful tease, the subtle touch, the curiosity factor, the mirror effect, and the effortless glow. These are all clues that she's sending your way. Did you recognize any of these from your own experiences? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and insights. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might need this advice. Understanding these signs can completely change the way you approach dating and relationships, and sharing this knowledge could help someone else level up too. And hey, if you're new here, welcome to Stoicism Win, the place where we break down human behavior, relationships, and self-improvement with a grounded, practical approach. If you're ready to take control of your dating life, build deeper connections, and become the best version of yourself, hit that subscribe button and join the Stoicism Win community. We're all about growth, clarity, and mastering the game of life. Don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Also, if you want to dive even deeper into understanding attraction and relationships, check out the links in the description for more resources, including our free guide on decoding body language and building confidence. It's packed with actionable tips to help you take your dating life to the next level. Thanks for watching, and remember, understanding these signs is just the beginning. When you start paying attention to her behavior and the subtle signals she's sending, you'll see opportunities everywhere. Relationships are all about connection, and the more you understand these little details, the more confident you'll feel in navigating them. This is Stoicism Win. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep striving to be the best version of yourself. Stay tuned for more videos like this, where we dive deeper into relationships, communication, and personal growth. And remember, The journey to mastering relationships starts with understanding yourself first. So take what you've learned today, put it into action, and watch how your connections transform. See you in the next one. The Secret Psychology of Women and Love, Stoicism, the Stoic Spirit, Old Stoic Wisdom. A woman is not drawn to a man who speaks to her mind, but to one who awakens something in her soul. Component placement unknown. You probably clicked on this without overthinking it. Maybe it was the title, maybe the image. But listen carefully, because what you're about to hear could permanently shift how you see love and how women actually respond to men. Let me ask you something most men never even consider. What if almost everything you believed about love was wrong? From the time we were boys, we were fed stories: be the gentleman, have money, make her laugh, be the good guy and she'll love you. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Women don't fall for men the way men fall for women. They're not seduced by your resume, your bank account, or your perfect behavior. They're pulled in by something beneath all that, something primal, silent, and emotional. They're drawn to the energy you carry, the feeling they get when they're around you. It's not about what you say. It's not about being nice. It's about how she feels in your presence. And if you've never learned how to influence that invisible emotional field, you'll keep doing all the right things and still watch her drift away. Not because you're not good enough, but because you're not triggering what pulls her in. Once you understand this, once you learn how to speak to her emotions without words, you stop chasing, you stop pleading, you stop trying to be chosen. You become the man her soul recognizes, the man she feels pulled toward without logic, without explanation. Most men never discover this. They keep showing up with effort, with reason, with facts, and they keep getting left behind by the women they thought they were doing everything right for. But you're not most men. You're here. And now you'll see things differently. Sign 1. Women don't love you. They love how you make them feel. Here's a truth. Many men, especially the kind-hearted, loyal, and dependable ones, struggle to accept. Women don't fall in love with you in the way you think. It's not your face, your wealth, or even the refined personality you've spent years building. What captivates her heart isn't what you are, it's what you ignite inside her. Love to her isn't a checklist or a resume. It's a whirlwind of sensation. It's how her soul dances when you enter the room, how her body tenses in anticipation, how her mind can't seem to settle after you've gone. You may have thought being the best dressed, the most logical, the most stable man would seal the deal. But if you don't awaken something raw and electric within her, you'll disappear from her mind as quickly as a shadow at sunrise. This is what psychologists call emotional imprinting. But in simple terms, it's the memory of how you made her feel that lasts. Not your words, not your gifts, not your resume of virtues. You could be her rock, faithful, dependable, present. But if another man makes her laugh until tears fall, stirs her curiosity with his unpredictability, or leaves her breathless with his presence, that's the man who visits her dreams at night. Not because he's better, not because he's safer, but because he awakened something untamed inside her. And here lies the injustice. You brought stability, he brought a storm, and she chose the storm. Why? Because the storm made her feel alive. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. But the truth is, most men try to win a woman's heart through logic, consistency, and effort, while the men who leave a mark do it through emotional experience. They create tension, playfulness, mystery. They don't chase attention, they command it, often without a single word. Have you ever wondered why some women return to exes who treated them poorly? It's not about him. It's about how he made her feel back then. She's not longing for the man himself. She's chasing a powerful emotional memory. This is why it's crucial to stop trying to convince a woman you're a good man with a list of reasons. That only appeals to the mind. But attraction lives in the body, the gut, the deep recesses of emotion. Start becoming the man who knows how to shape her feelings through presence, silence, energy, and intent. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, Maya Angelou once said, but people will never forget how you made them feel. That quote isn't just powerful, it's the foundation of attraction. Real men, Stoic men, understand this. They don't become clowns or manipulators. They become masters of their own emotional energy, and that mastery naturally ripples into the hearts of women. If you want to be unforgettable, learn the art of presence. Let your silence speak louder than other men's shouting. Let your subtlety stir more than someone else's grand gestures. And now, I invite you, if this message resonated with something deep inside you, to reflect. What's one emotion a woman made you feel that you've never forgotten? Drop it in the comments, share your truth, and you may discover that many other men have walked the same path. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to The Stoic Spirit, where we don't just talk about women. We talk about becoming the man worthy of memory. Sign 2. The more you chase, the less she feels. Old Stoic Wisdom for modern men. Let's talk about a quiet truth most men overlook. Have you ever caught yourself staring at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes? That slow burn of anxiety creeping in, whispering doubts like, did I say something wrong? Or, is she losing interest? That feeling of waiting, hoping, and chasing is something every man has felt at least once. But now, flip the scene. Have you ever met someone who replied instantly, always said yes, and seemed available all the time? Did it excite you, or did it dull the experience? Be honest, because here's where ancient Stoic wisdom meets modern reality. Anticipation is the currency of desire. Women are not drawn to what's constantly available. They are drawn to what awakens curiosity. The old Stoics understood this long before dating apps and texting ever existed. Emotional build-up, the rising tension between uncertainty and potential, is where desire brews. When a man is always texting, always showing up, always saying yes too quickly, he unintentionally kills the very mystery that pulls her in. Tension, like a tightly drawn bowstring, creates emotional energy. But when that string goes slack, when she knows you're always there, the excitement vanishes. And without excitement, attraction withers. Let me drop this on you straight. The more you chase a woman, the more you suffocate her desire to chase you. It's not just psychology. It's human instinct. We, as people, do not place deep value on what's easily handed to us. We value what feels earned, what we fear might slip through our fingers. This applies to relationships just as much as it does to rare art, high-stakes opportunities, or hard-won respect. When a woman senses that she fully has you, her mind relaxes, and with that comfort comes emotional neutrality. Curiosity fades, and so does attraction. Not because she's unkind, but because it's how desire operates, fed by mystery, maintained by distance, and tested by time. This is why high-value men, the Stoic men of old and modern times, don't chase. They don't orbit around women hoping for validation. They stand firm in their path, led by purpose. They lead their lives with intention, not desperation. They build rich inner worlds, filled with discipline, ambition, faith, and clarity. And because their lives are already full, they don't beg for company. They invite it. And when a woman shows up, they don't spill everything at once. They let her lean in, ask questions, wonder. They let mystery do what it's always done best, ignite emotion. Because here's another truth. When a woman stops wondering about you, she starts forgetting you. And this is not manipulation, it's magnetism. A Stoic man is not cold, he is composed. He's not distant, he's deliberate. He doesn't withhold love, he simply doesn't pour it all out on someone who hasn't earned the depth of it. He knows that the real power isn't in chasing her approval, it's in cultivating a life that she wants to be part of, not the center of. So, if you've ever felt drained chasing someone who barely notices, pause and ask yourself, am I leading or am I chasing? Am I a man of presence or a man of pursuit. True masculine energy doesn't chase. It attracts. Let your discipline, your purpose, your calm silence be the gravitational force that draws the right woman in. Because the moment you stop trying to prove your worth, you begin to live in it. And if that resonates, go ahead and tap that like button, subscribe to the Stoic Spirit, and answer this in the comments. Have you ever lost attraction for someone just because they were too available? Sign 3. Women don't want a nice guy. They want a man who cannot be moved. You've been lied to, conditioned, repeatedly told that if you're just nice enough, kind enough, soft enough, agreeable enough, she'll love you. But reality slaps harder than fantasy. Let's get brutally honest. Women don't crave a man who folds. They crave a man who stands, a man who's unshakable. You've heard it. I just want a nice guy. But watch closely. The nice guy gets ignored. The nice guy gets friend-zoned. Why? Because what she says and what she responds to are two different things. What she's really drawn to is strength, but not the loud, aggressive kind. It's the quiet, immovable strength of a stoic man, the one who knows who he is, the one who doesn't flinch, the one who walks into chaos and remains composed. That's the kind of presence that magnetizes a woman on a primal level. Remember this: he who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. That's from Confucius. And it's the essence of stoic masculinity. A man who conquers his urges, his fears, his need for approval, he becomes rare. He becomes untouchable. Too many men fall into the nice guy trap, thinking being agreeable is the key to love. It's not. It's the fast track to being forgotten. Would you respect a man who never says no? Would you follow someone who fears conflict more than dishonor? Because strength earns respect. Boundaries build desire. Stoic men understand this truth. They don't flinch when tested. They don't explain themselves endlessly. They don't seek permission to exist. A woman will test you, not out of cruelty, but out of instinct. She's searching for certainty in a world full of weak men. And if you fail that test, if you collapse, beg, or panic, she'll know you're not the one. She doesn't need a therapist. She doesn't need another gossip partner. She's searching for a rock, a mountain, a lighthouse that doesn't move when storms hit. You must become that. Become the man who doesn't need validation to breathe. The man who can look her in the eyes and say, no, with calm authority. The man who can walk away, not out of spite, but out of principle. When you become this man, everything changes. Your energy changes. Your aura speaks before you do, and women feel it. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius wrote that, and it still holds. So here's the truth. Niceness is not the currency of attraction. Power is. Calm power, inner control, steadfast direction. That's what turns heads. That's what commands attention. That's what makes a woman stay. Not words. Presence. So I challenge you now, drop the nice guy identity. It's a mask. Burn it. Step into the skin of the stoic man. Be the force that doesn't need applause. Be the presence that doesn't need explanation. She doesn't want someone who worships her. She wants someone she can respect. If this hits you, if you know you've been too soft for too long, then hit subscribe to the Stoic Spirit, and drop this in the comments below. I choose to be unshakable, because the world doesn't reward the agreeable, it rewards the grounded. And it's your time. Sign 4. Love is a game of perception, not reality. One of the most painful truths a man will ever face in love is this: she's not falling in love with you, not the real, unfiltered man you are when the world isn't watching. Not your values, not your devotion, and certainly not the sacrifices you quietly make behind the scenes. As noble as it sounds, love is not a reward for kindness or consistency. It's a dance of perception, not reality. What she falls for is not your truth. It's the story she tells herself when she thinks of you. This is not cynicism, it's psychology. What you're facing is known as cognitive projection, a concept where people unconsciously project their desires, fears, and fantasies onto others, and through that lens, they create an image. So when she looks at you, She doesn't see you with clean eyes. She sees a man shaped by her past heartbreaks, her unresolved wounds, her fantasies of what love should feel like, and her silent expectations of how a man should act. That's why you could be everything she once said she wanted, and yet, overnight, she can pull away with the haunting words, "Something just feels off." You didn't change, but her frame did, and in the realm of attraction, frame is everything. Imagine a man who once seemed magnetic to her, mysterious, centered, elusive in a way that stirred curiosity. She couldn't stop thinking about him. But fast forward, and now he's overly available, too predictable, always eager to respond. Suddenly he feels needy, boring even. Nothing about him changed. What shifted was the emotional contrast from compelling mystery to dull predictability. And here's where many well-meaning men lose the game. They live in logic, while love thrives in narrative. Emotional perception, not reality, is what keeps her heart racing at night. As Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And in love, this truth becomes dangerous when a man tries to be rational in an emotional battlefield. So here's the real question. Can you shape how she perceives you? The answer is not only yes, you must, but not through endless explanations or rehearsed compliments. You shape her perception through experience, through the unspoken dance of energy and presence. You become the source of emotional contrast, the man who blends certainty with mystery, presence with space, connection with distance. Because when she always knows what you'll say, how you'll react, when you'll reply, you rob her of the one thing that keeps desire alive, wonder. And once a woman stops wondering, she stops feeling. It's not manipulation, it's activation. When you create moments that are both grounding and electrifying, you form psychological anchors, emotional highs and lows that bond deeper than any promise ever could. Remember this Stoic truth. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favourable. If you're not intentional about shaping her emotional world, the winds of her perception will toss you aside. Scarcity creates value. Mystery breeds obsession. And presence, earned presence, is what leaves a lasting impression. If you give her everything too soon, you become background noise. But if you guide her experience with depth, energy, truth, and well-placed distance, you become the one she can't forget. Because in love, perception is reality, and he who shapes the frame shapes the feeling of love itself. If this changed how you see relationships, smash that like button, subscribe to the Stoic Spirit, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had a woman lose interest even when you did everything right? Let your experience be a mirror for another man. And remember, Stoic wisdom is not about suppressing emotions, but about mastering them. Sign 5. If she feels safe, she'll never leave. And I'm not talking about safety in the way most men misunderstand it. Not just physical protection or paying the bills. I'm talking about something deeper, something primal, emotional safety. See, after all the conversations we've had about attraction, about the spark, the mystery, the chase, this one truth overshadows them all. Women don't stay with the man who excited them the most, or even the man who gave them the biggest emotional high. They stay with the man who gave them emotional certainty, a sense deep in their bones that says, no matter what storm hits, I can trust this man. That kind of presence doesn't shout, it reassures. It doesn't seek attention, it commands it. And here's the key. Women are biologically wired for emotional movement. Their inner world is a tide. It rises, falls, crashes, and sometimes floods without warning. One day she's all in, deeply connected, romantic and warm. The next, she's distant, uncertain, questioning everything. This isn't drama. It's not a test designed to frustrate you. It's her nature. It's how her mind works, how her nervous system is built to respond to the emotional environment around her. And in the middle of that shifting world, she's searching, almost subconsciously, for one thing: a man who doesn't move with the waves, a man who remains still, calm, present. That's where true strength lies, not in raising your voice, not in slamming doors or proving dominance. Those are signs of a man who has lost his inner grip. Real strength, the kind that makes her feel safe, is quiet. It's stoic. It's controlled. It's a man who knows how to feel without being ruled by what he feels. That's the paradox of the strong man. He doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. He simply is. Most men today think emotional strength means bottling everything up, playing it cold, detaching. But that's not strength. It's avoidance. The strongest men don't hide from emotions. They hold space for them. A woman doesn't feel safe with a man who shuts down or avoids her waves. She feels safe with a man who can take it, who doesn't panic when she cries, who doesn't try to fix her feelings or mirror her meltdown, who can stand in the eye of her emotional storm without flinching, without collapsing, and without trying to escape. And make no mistake, she will test you. She'll push, she'll challenge, sometimes in ways that feel unreasonable. But it's not because she wants to break you. It's because, deep down, she's asking one silent question: can I trust this man with my storms? And when you stay centered, when you meet her fire with calm, her waves with grounded presence, that's when she knows. That's when something shifts in her. That's when she feels it in her bones. This is the man I can lean on. Think for a second about the men women never forget, the ones they write about in journals, the ones they compare every future man to. Those men weren't just attractive, they had presence, not flashy charm, not money, not bravado, but presence, the ability to stay still in chaos, to breathe in discomfort, to hold space instead of reacting. That is emotional command. That is the magnetic core of what a woman longs for, and most men miss it completely. Because here's where they mess up. They try to solve her feelings like a puzzle, or worse, they mirror them. She breaks down, you break down. She raises her voice, you raise yours louder. And in that moment, she doesn't feel met. She feels abandoned, emotionally alone. And when she starts feeling alone, even in your presence, that's when she begins to mentally drift, to disconnect. But when you remain grounded, when you refuse to match her chaos but still remain connected, when you breathe through the tension and respond with calm authority, you become something rare in her world. You become her anchor. And that's the moment everything changes. That's when she lets her guard down, not because she's weak, but because she finally feels safe enough to rest in your presence. That's when she bonds. That's when she stays. Because the women who stay, who love fully, remain faithful, build deep connection, they're not the ones who fell for a perfect man. They're the ones who found a man who made them feel safe in a way no one else could. So if you're wondering what keeps a woman coming back, what makes her choose you over and over again, it's not just how exciting you are in your best moments, it's how steady you are in her worst. That's what separates men who attract from boys who chase. Be the calm in her storm. Be the man who doesn't get moved by every mood swing. Be the one she can trust, not just with her body or her time, but with her heart. If this message truly spoke to something inside you, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the Stoicism Win, and drop a comment below. Tell me this: what does emotional safety mean to you? And have you ever been that steady anchor for someone when they needed it most? Remember this, my friend. Being strong doesn't mean being cold. It means being calm under pressure, being a man of your word, a man who doesn't chase love but stands tall, so love chooses him. Keep walking the path of the Stoic. Keep mastering yourself. And most of all, stay unshakable. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next video.